We're traveling to Sumbawa, Indonesia, home to Mount Tambora, the site of the most powerful volcanic eruption in recorded history. This seemingly peaceful mountain once unleashed a force so immense, it plunged the world into darkness and changed the course of civilizations. In this video, we'll uncover 10 mind-blowing facts about Tambora, exploring its explosive legacy and global impact. From devastation to resilience, this is the story of a volcano that changed the world forever. Let's begin our journey into Tambora's astonishing history. To understand Tambora's eruption, we need to talk about the Volcanic Explosivity Index, or VI, a scale where each step up means 10 times more power. Mount St. Helens in 1980 was a VEI 5. Tambora, a VI 7. Super colossal, the highest ever recorded in human history. Only a VII 8 is bigger, the kind that triggers ice ages. Tambora was just shy of that. The eruption blasted ash and rock 43 kilometers into the stratosphere, injecting material that would circle the globe. Over 160 cubic kilometers of debris were ejected, enough to cover California in a foot of ash. This single event dwarfed Krakatoa and Vesuvius, setting the benchmark for volcanic power. The energy released was equivalent to hundreds of nuclear bombs detonating at once. Tambora's eruption was not just a local disaster, it was a planetary event. Its scale remains unmatched in written history. The world had never seen, and has not seen since, such raw, untamable power. Tambora's devastation didn't end with the eruption. Ash and sulfur dioxide circled the globe, reflecting sunlight and cooling the planet. The result, 1816, the infamous year without a summer. Across the northern hemisphere, temperatures dropped. Snow fell in June in New England. July and August brought frosts that killed crops. Europe, just recovering from war, faced failed harvests, food riots and famine. Food prices soared and starvation swept through communities. The global average temperature dropped by up to 3 degrees Celsius, a massive shift. Weather patterns went haywire: droughts in India, floods in China. A single eruption in Indonesia triggered a domino effect of famine and upheaval worldwide. The year without a summer is a stark reminder of how interconnected our world is. One volcanic event changed the lives of millions, from Vermont to Bengal. It was a lesson in the planet's power to shape human destiny. Tambora's eruption claimed over 71,000 lives, making it the deadliest volcanic disaster in history. The initial explosion killed thousands instantly, wiping out entire kingdoms on Sumbawa. But most deaths came later. Ash poisoned water, crops failed, and famine swept the region. Disease followed, as malnutrition and contaminated water led to deadly outbreaks. The tragedy unfolded in 2 waves: immediate destruction, then slow, relentless starvation and sickness. Tambora's reach extended far beyond the blast, leaving a legacy of suffering. It's a sobering reminder of how a volcano's power can linger long after the eruption ends. Before 1815, Mount Tambora stood over 4,300 meters tall, a giant among Indonesian peaks. The eruption blasted away its summit, collapsing the mountain's core and reducing its height by nearly 1,500 meters. Imagine a vertical mile of rock vanishing in hours. Today, Tambora rises to just 2,850 meters, a shadow of its former self. The transformation was dramatic, as if the top third of a mountain like Rainier was blown away. This loss of height is a striking testament to the eruption's force. The mountain's new silhouette is a permanent scar on the landscape. Tambora stands as a silent monument to the day it lost its head. The eruption didn't just shrink Tambora, it created a vast caldera, a giant bowl where the summit once stood. This caldera measures 6 kilometers across and plunges over 1,100 meters deep. For years it was a desolate, smoking wasteland. But life is resilient. Over 2 centuries, plants and animals have slowly returned, creating a unique ecosystem within the caldera. Rainwater now forms a small lake on the floor, and hardy plants have taken root. Scientists study this world within a world to understand how life rebounds after total devastation. The caldera is a living laboratory and a direct, awe-inspiring reminder of the eruption's power. It's the footprint of the 1815 cataclysm etched into the heart of the mountain. Tambora's ash didn't just blanket Sumbawa, it traveled astonishing distances. Fine ash was carried by winds, darkening skies and falling as far as Borneo, over 1,300 kilometers away. People there saw the sun dim and a strange dust settle on everything, with no idea of its source. Even in Java, hundreds of kilometers away, ash was thick enough to damage crops and cause breathing problems. The geographic reach of Tambora's ashfall was unprecedented. Each speck of ash was a messenger from the eruption, carried across seas and continents. The rain of ash was a physical reminder that Tambora's impact was truly global. The volcano's reach extended far beyond what anyone could have imagined. Tambora's eruption wasn't just seen, it was heard across thousands of kilometers. Explosions were mistaken for cannon fire in Java, 1,200 kilometers away, and even in Sumatra, 2,600 kilometers distant. Troops were dispatched, thinking war had broken out, unaware it was a volcano tearing itself apart. The sound waves traveled through the atmosphere, echoing across oceans and continents. These were not faint rumbles, but detonations that startled entire regions. The eruption's roar was a planetary cry, a sound so powerful it crossed seas and borders. It was the audible signature of Earth's raw violence. Tambora's shadow reached into art and literature. The gloomy, sunless summer of 1816 inspired Mary Shelley to write Frankenstein while trapped indoors by endless rain. The novel's dark landscapes mirror the real-world climate chaos outside her window. Volcanic ash in the stratosphere also created spectacular sunsets, inspiring artists like J.M.W. Turner. His fiery skies captured the strange beauty of a world transformed by a distant eruption. Tambora's legacy is etched into culture, showing how nature's fury can spark creativity. From literature to painting, the volcano's impact was felt in the imagination of an entire era. A single eruption became a muse for darkness, beauty, and reflection. Tambora's story didn't end in 1815. The volcano is dormant, not extinct. Smaller eruptions have occurred since, reminding us the giant still stirs beneath the surface. Today, scientists monitor Tambora with seismometers and sensors, watching for signs of unrest. The question isn't if Tambora will erupt again, but when and how big it will be. The volcano is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, one of the most active regions on Earth. Its quiet slopes hide immense potential for future violence. Communities have returned, living in the shadow of the sleeping giant. Tambora commands respect, a reminder that Earth's power is never truly at rest. Its secrets remain deep within, waiting for the next chapter. 2 centuries after the eruption, Tambora's landscape has been transformed. Lush forests now blanket slopes once buried in ash, and life has returned in abundance. In 2015, the area became Tambora National Park, protecting over 70,000 hectares of volcano and forest. Scientists study its geology and rebirth, learning how nature heals after catastrophe. The park is a destination for trekkers and explorers, offering a first-hand look at the scale of the eruption. Standing on the caldera's rim, surrounded by new life, is a powerful experience. Tambora is now a place of discovery, beauty, and reflection, a tribute to resilience. From devastation, it has become a living monument to Earth's power and renewal. Our journey to Mount Tambora ends here, but its story echoes on. The 1815 eruption reshaped the world, bringing darkness, famine, and inspiration. Tambora is a monument to Earth's restless energy, both destructive and creative. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of one of history's greatest natural events. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of our world.